What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, readoptionagency.com, urban-picker.com. 24 years selling full-time on eBay. I'm going to just make a little video, just kind of recapping yesterday. I'm going to give you some feedback information that happened to me, and I'm going to call out a channel for lying to their viewers. So I'm gonna get a little controversial here. First off, yesterday in sales, I think I did over 800, so that was good. What was it? I've been getting the new using the new AI message thing. And I actually got to use one yesterday where I hit send and submit and used it. The other ones I've used, I had to dismiss them all. So I actually got, what it was is somebody in Chile, since I don't ship to South America because it takes a month to 2 months for an item to be delivered. By that time, ooh, that brings up a good point. I might be able to ship there now. I stopped shipping there because it takes a month to 2 months to get delivered. So they would file a non-paying, or an item not arrived, an item not received, and I would, if I didn't want it to ding my account, I had to refund them because it's like 30 days in, right? And they still haven't got their mail. It's still in transit, whatever. So I stopped shipping to South America. But now I just remembered, since eBay is now going to implement that if an item is delivered after you sent the refund, you're going to be reimbursed. I got to find out exactly when that goes into play, because once that goes into play, I'm going to turn South America back on. But in this email, I would have normally not responded, but it had a nice little reply. Sorry for the inconvenience. We do not ship there, blah, 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 AI. So I'm like, hit send it, sent it. So I actually used it. So that was cool. But now that I thought about that other one, that's going to open up South America again for me. Because then when it's delivered 2 months later, eBay is going to reimburse me. I got to check to make sure there ain't no time limit on that. Because, like I said, South America takes sometimes up to 2 months for an item to be delivered to Argentina and Chile, Brazil. I mean, it's a good, especially for music, it's a good, I used to make a lot of money there until it started taking so long for items to be received. And then I was losing more money than I was making, so because of people were filing item not received cases. So, little bonus tip there for myself. I actually made a note. Yesterday on, watch out, stay away from the street, kids. It's early, sorry about all these little kids there at the bus stops. So yesterday when I went down to pull items, I had 14 orders and 18 items, and 7 of those items were AI listed items. I listed with List Easier. So I kind of like the fact that almost half of my items, and you got to think about this, there's obviously variables involved, they're newer listings, obviously, but they're also a lot less competing with, 80,000 old listings. And those old listings I do end and sell similar on. I checked the date on the 7, and I had 2 in June that I listed in June, 3 in July, and 2 in August. So we're late August right now. So that's still pretty good, because that's 2 months ago, right? So on some of them, and a month ago on some of them. So I thought that was pretty good. It's just info for you. Take it as you wish. But I'm just keeping an eye on that stuff, being that I'm redoing my entire store with AI. So that just gives me a little bonus boost to keep going, because it's a big task. Some feedback. Oh, and one more thing on List Easier is I had some complaints, of course, about 4 videos yesterday with List Easier, and they're just basically a watch tutorial video. And I'm doing that to help people get comfortable, be more comfortable with the platform. So if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. It's pretty simple. I mean, if I could force you to watch it, I would, just because I'd make money off the video, but I can't, so stop bitching. But also, I've got thank yous for them, and I got 4 affiliates from 4 videos, so it helps the resellers, it helps list easier, and it helps me. So, hey, if I have somebody complaining about it, whoop-de-doo, don't watch it. It's America, man. Freedom to watch a video if you want to watch it, and freedom not to watch it if you don't want to watch it. Pretty simple math. So I had this feedback situation, negative feedback situation. So I sold these 2, and I think when I tell you what I sold, you're going to understand. I sold 2 VHS tapes to this buyer. They had over 3,000 feedback. Next thing I know, after they received the tapes, I get a message saying, "Did you give my email out? I'm getting all this spam." And they started accusing me of giving their email out. I'm like, I have nothing to do with your email. All of our messages are sent through eBay. There's nothing to do with that. So about a week later, they leave negative feedback on both of the items. I'm never doing business with this person again. They didn't give any details, right? It was just very vague. I can't remember exactly how it went, but I'm never doing business with these people again, blah, blah, blah. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to get them removed, but I tried anyway. So I tried to get them removed, and I pointed to the message she sent saying she only left these negatives because of this message saying I gave her email out, and now she's getting spam because of me. Normally, they don't tie the two together. Sometimes they do if you call and talk to somebody, but I did it through the automated system. Because when I tried to call and it was like, they said a 17-minute wait time. I'm like, I'll just try it through the system. Of course, it declined it. And so I did my response back, and I responded to the feedback I left for them saying, warning, this person's accusing me of this and that. And blah, blah. So, but I left a message to mine saying, the only reason this person left negative feedback is they said I gave their email address out, and that is false. All of our messages are through eBay. So I moved on, didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, oh, it's over. I did my thing, and I don't worry about negative feedback. I try to take care of the situation. If I can't, I can't, right? So move on. So yesterday, I believe it was, yesterday, the day before, I think it was yesterday, I just happened to click on my feedback because I go in and maybe once every 2 weeks and I'll look at my feedback just to see if I got any negative to try to fix it. So I clicked in there and saw that she responded back to my response, and she gave the reasons why. She goes, "You gave my email out as spam. I'm getting 20 spam messages a day because of you." And I'm like, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, because you just gave me the ammunition I need, because now I think I can get these removed. So again, tried calling, 18, 19 minutes wait time. I'm like, I'll try it automatic again. So I just hit contact. I couldn't find one for feedback, so I just clicked one and said, sorry, I couldn't find the feedback. Here's my question. Gave them the spill out. Since she responded now, accusing me of something that has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with eBay, can these be removed? And they both were removed. So beautiful there. And now onward to calling out a channel. I guess I'm not going to call out the name. I think after I describe what's happening here, when you see it, you'll know it. And this is partially fact and partially in my opinion. So I'll say in my opinion when it's an opinion, and when it's fact, you're going to know it's fact. So these 2 brothers in a video, I sometimes watch their videos, but now I felt deceived while I watched it, so I'm like, so it rubbed me the wrong way. So that's why I'm going to talk about it. Plus, I feel it was a lie. So they came on the video saying that they were going to make a video using different AI platforms and show the difference between them. And they said they decided not to because all AI are the same. It's given the exact same title. They're all the same. And a red flag went off in my head. I'm like, well, no, they're not the same. And you can actually see that with other content creator on YouTube when there's other people out there who's showing the differences between them and things like that. So, and then plus me watching videos of other ones, plus using one myself, I knew that they're not all the same. They're all different in a way. So they laid out why they're all the same, because they're all pulling from the same chat GPT or whatever, and they're not all the same. And I won't get into why they're different. You can watch other people's videos and know. And if you've tried other ones, some that are not out there anymore because they sucked so bad, compare it to the ones, the one leading the race right now that doesn't suck, you can see the difference. So while they're talking, I'm like, did they just get lazy? You know, as they're saying that, I'm like, did they just get lazy and not decide to do a video? Did they just not want to pay for the other subscriptions and, you know, whatever reason? But then they went into a sales pitch for a thing they use, which I think uses AI. And I'm like, ding, 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 ding. So they said everything sucks except who pays us. And I'm like, come on, that's a sellout. That's a cop-out. Now, here's what probably happened, and this is in my opinion, because I've seen it with other content creators. The platform they used probably knew what they were going to do since they announced it in another video. That company reached out to them and says, no, 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 you're under contract with us. You cannot push any other AI platform. That's why I made a video and talked about it a month, 2 months ago, few months ago, saying do not sign up with any of these other AI companies. And I'm going to quote AI companies out there who are going around trying to get people signed up for a year, 2 years. That's so you can, they're going to make people wait because they're not up to the stuff yet that they need to be. So they're trying to sign content creators to a year, 2 year thing so that they're talking about their platform and nobody else. And you're stuck in that. Even though there's one better out there and you're probably wishing you could use it, you can't. You can't even talk about it. So in my opinion, that's what happened to them, because I've seen that happen to several other content creators. So when they did that right off the video, right off the top of the video, I honestly lost all respect. I did. Just because I felt I was lied to. And that's why I'm not going to say the name. You can figure it out if you watch videos. I felt lied to. And I'm not saying this necessarily in a biased situation. I would have liked to have seen. I would have watched them comparing the three or whatever's out there. I don't know who's left in the game right now. There's several that's tried to pop up that haven't, and there's one that did that shouldn't have and disappeared already. So I was curious to see. So I felt deceived. I felt lied to, especially when you go into that and you go into a sales pitch for, you know, again, it is what it is. And that's just my opinion, my thought on it. And why I try to be true to my viewers, because deception is smelled a mile away. And I never want to be that creator, that content creator, that video, that channel. So be careful out there, guys, because yeah, that's all I'll say about that. I'm not trying to dog anybody. I'm just saying, I'm just calling out facts, and I'm calling out deception. That's all. And I'm not even calling out an actual name. You can figure it out yourself if you care to. So I'm not going to slander anybody. They can do what they want to do. I just personally lost all respect and hit unsubscribe. That's just me and what I did. So, but I just wanted to make a point that they're not all the same. So if you heard that out there and see that, defending the one that I feel is the best in a biased way, but in a non-biased way, it technically is the best, because I know some of the situations behind the scenes on what it's taking to create it and the details, as opposed to hearing somebody say, well, they all pull from ChatGPT. That when somebody says that, I just know they don't understand how it works. And I wouldn't have either if I didn't have a little ear with Josh and Dave and understand that there's technology that nobody else is going to be able to use that List Easier is using to make their platform better. Proprietary, that's the word I was looking for. So when somebody says they're all the same and they all pull from ChatGPT, that is 100% false. That's what weaker ones, those other startups are trying to do. That's what the one that disappeared tried to do, but it doesn't work because it's not as accurate, and it's a little shaky. It takes more than just pulling from ChatGPT to create a solid platform, and that's what that one List Easier does. So just giving you a little detail on the background on how that kind of works. You can watch videos that Josh is in. He brings up more of that technical side than I do. I try to bring up more from a user perspective. So that's my user perspective, and that's my user's perspective of watching other videos, right? I'm not even going to call out. I was going to call out a name on a positive note who's done comparison videos, but you know what? I'm not going to call out anybody's name anymore. I'm just going to give you this scenario, and anybody else can figure it out. So that's a little less controversial. All right, I'm going to get in here and get to work, and I think that's all my things. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. And I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, and I've been up since 2 freaking a.m. dealing with sinuses and pressure and headaches. I am tired, and I'm probably going to go to bed early tonight. So, but anyway, I'm out of here. Later.